Good morning. Welcome to HP Marlana's Divine Feminine Chat. This is about the Divine Feminine journey. How you doing on your Divine Feminine journey? If you have any questions, please let me know. I will be watching the chat. I did want to give you a Divine Feminine update as it relates to this moon in Cancer and how we're moving forth. That's like July 9th, what you can kind of expect moving up into that date and afterwards and for the upcoming month concerning your Divine Feminine journey. And let me just show you some of the things that came out. We're going to clarify it as we go along. But I meditated on the energy prior to, and the main advice so far is calm is not a weakness. Okay. This is speaking to your boundaries. This is speaking to asserting yourself as it pertains to deception, illusions. This is pertaining to doing what you need to do for yourself, to nourish yourself, to bring forth justice in a way that lightens your load, not makes you feel guilty, not makes you feel ashamed or, what have you, whatever energies you feel as a result of maybe hurt, pain. This is about releasing that and recognizing that through your acceptance, there is, I want to say peace. Through your acceptance, there is peace. Through your strength, there is peace. So let me just break this down a little bit. So some of the goddesses that came out that we will be speaking to today is the goddess of illusions, boundaries, nourishment, justice, laughter. And then we have, of course, one of my favorites, Artemis, in regards to yourself. This is about coming back to self. But it was interesting how it came out because it's about setting boundaries as it relates to people who may be creating illusions, deceptions, wearing a mask. This really speaks to recognizing when people are pulling the wool over your eyes, setting boundaries when it comes to them trying to enter your space, to take from you, to deplete you, things of that nature. Setting those boundaries, but in a way that doesn't cause you too much hurt and pain. It's like doing it with a sense of peace and calmness because you're confident about what you're saying. You're confident that regardless of what you're met with, it's not due to you. It's not because they are upset really with you, although they may say they're upset with you, but the fact that they're upset with themselves, them not putting their drama on you, not accepting that drama. So just to break it down, I feel like when we accept people's personal issues, pain, drama, especially as empaths, women, we are the receivers, the yin, the divine feminine. As we accept or receive some of these messages, it permeates you to the point where you can now have it as a part of you, and you may feel like you're the reason why somebody's doing ... or you may personalize it to where you feel like you have something to do with why they're that way, when they're that way regardless with you or someone else. So you're personalizing it and they are making it personal to you. They may say, well, you did so and so. No, don't take that. You take ownership of your stuff. I'm going to take ownership of my stuff. I don't accept ownership of your stuff. I don't feel the need to clean up your mess, that kind of thing. This is about you. Why is getting deep so quick though? Why is so deep so quick though? This is about you obtaining equality, justice for yourself, and lightening your load, having the capability to even laugh, enjoy yourself. Nourish yourself. All of this is about nourishment of yourself, helping yourself, even through the illusions, even through knowing that people are maybe not as they claim to be, accepting people as who they really are, not the masks that they wear, not the representatives that they put forth in front of you. Acceptance of where people are, even though people may not accept where they are, you are accepting that. If somebody wants to wear a mask, lie, deceive, put their mess on you, that's who they are. Maybe that's a part of your contract to help tell them that that's who they are, but it's not your responsibility to fix them. Someone is wearing a false mask around you in a relationship, things of that nature. And well, the messages that are coming out for this upcoming time, especially with this moon in Cancer, is these conversations that are going to be coming up. There are conversations that are going to start to come up with significant others, and we're going to go deeper into this. We're going to clarify this a little more because I would like to know more about these conversations. But these conversations are, to me, truths from what I'm understanding right now. What's on my heart right now is this is about relinquishing a truth, identifying. I can't say someone's going to admit to their deception, but you may see some truth come through their deception. Good morning, y'all. You may see some truth coming through this, but you just gotta, I would just say, what do you feel? Take on, how do you feel through the conversation? If you want to have the conversation, you don't have to have the conversation, but I do see some conversations that are coming up as it pertains to someone's deception, and maybe someone realizing that you're the one. I'm seeing this because this really, and this may be a past relationship, someone you've been dealing with. This doesn't look like necessarily new energy here, but it looks like a romantic partner that you've already known. You've already met the romantic partner you seek here. So these next few weeks, actually with the moon, it can go up to 6 months. But I would just say, be prepared for setting more boundaries as you try to obtain justice, as you try to give back to yourself and see through the illusions. Be careful, because people may try to put their ish on you, and we don't want that, right? We don't want to take on somebody else's baggage, right? Okay, so some of the advice that's coming out already, and emotions that you may be feeling. We have here, seek the answers within. Again, this is speaking to your inner knowing. You may not have physical evidence per se of someone doing something that is going on, but deep down inside, you have a deep understanding. I just want you to know that, seek your answers from within. So if somebody sits there and asks you to prove, oh, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, this is what I understand. I'm sticking to my guns. This is how I feel. My feelings are valid. It is what it is. I don't feel the need to have to prove to you and tell you what time you were so-and-so when you lied to me about where you were. I don't feel the need to have to do that. My discernment is enough for me. If that makes sense. My discernment, my understanding of who I am is enough for me. I don't have to sit here and prove anything to you. I don't have to sit there and give you facts, times, who you was with. I don't have to do none of that. You feel me? So this is really about you understanding and having that power within to know that you saw things, you spirit gave you guidance. Look at this. This is so beautiful. Do not fear the unknown, right? People are fearful of your knowing because they don't know. I hope that makes sense. Do not fear the unknown. I feel like in many of our cases, especially for the divine feminine, as you continue to grow in your knowing, your awareness, your awakening, your interconnection with others, your interconnectedness, this connection you have with others, you're going to start to see things that may not be as familiar to you. You may be even questioning whether or not, you want to go in that direction because it's unfamiliar to you. Spirit is saying that do not fear the unknown. You're not alone in this. You're not walking this walk alone. As you move into these unfamiliar territories, do not fear them, Okay. I want to get a little deeper into that too, so I'm going to put that to the side. I do want to clarify that as well. We have strength here, showing that you care. Again, coming back to this, calm is not a weakness. You can be calm, show that you care, and still know your truth and still speak your truth, right? As you let go of the old way of doing things, be patient with yourself. Do not hold guilt or shame. Do not hold on to... I'm feeling this energy of holding on to the why you did something. Like it's almost like this feeling of I knew better, or I should have known better. You know, that energy of I should have known better. The why. Why did I have to go through that? That energy of why did I have to go through that? Why did I have to go through that pain, this experience? And so you may be protecting your heart, you know, in this process, but Spirit is saying to definitely be patient here, letting go of the old. Don't, because, you know, when you think of, like, it's certain times, and I'll just be transparent here, where I can think of things that have happened, that have hurt me, that have had me to my knees, that have had me on the floor in tears. And when I think of that moment, it can take me back, transport me back to those emotions, those feelings, and I can start to tear up again. You see what I'm saying? So this is about letting go of the old energy, you can remember where you've been, but you may not want to be back on that floor crying, upset, whatever. You may not want to be back there again. So this is about letting go of that pain, letting go of that. This upcoming, this within the next month, especially as we're moving into this Cancer new moon, July 9th. I don't know if I said June 9th before, but July 9th. But this is about staying strong through this. Like, this is your past. Show that you care and still stay strong through this, and recognize that you can still nurture those around you. You know, you can still nurture that. It's okay. You know, you can still nurture that and you're still good. Okay. All right. So I want to dig a little deeper into some of these messages. Let's go ahead. Did you guys have any questions? Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope you understand. There's a few messages I want to dig a little deeper in. But be patient with yourself. See the signs. The signs are all around you. Know that the answers are within you. And you don't need anybody to validate your knowing. Okay? Because a lot of what I'm seeing here is deception. Is people acting. And I'm not saying it's... I just heard voluntary deception. I'm not saying that it's someone wanting to deceive you in all cases where they're trying to manipulate you, although I do believe that happens quite often. Don't get it twisted. I think that happens a lot. But what I'm talking about is people who don't even know themselves, can't even answer the question for themselves, people who don't even know deep within themselves that they are really manipulators, that they believe their own lie, that they're now trying to convince you of their lie. You see what I'm saying? That's how deep it can be. That's how good, you know, the real good liars are the ones that believe their lie. You feel me? Like, they believe it so much. Like, I've been in situations where people have created this fantasy lie, and I'm gonna tell you a story in a minute. Don't remind me not to tell you my story, but remind me to tell you my story. But I know people who create their own narratives to make themselves look better, to not make people believe that they did what they did that was so terrible. They believe it so much that they will convince you of their lie, and you may see through it, right? Because they're convinced of their own lie, because they blocked out their own, what is it called? They blocked out their own, like, they don't want to take accountability for their actions. So they've created this whole, they don't want to take accountability for what they've done. So they've created this whole perception illusion of what actually happened. Have you guys been in those type of situations where people actually convinced themselves that they didn't do some harm to you, and they made it, turn it around, and made it seem like it was all about you? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Good morning. Yes, back on the other side. Yes, okay, it makes sense. I've been reminding myself to give myself grace as I work through my transformation. You know, transformation kept coming up for me this morning when I was doing my reading for myself this morning. I do readings on myself too, guys. Hello, Jolanda. How you guys doing? Yes, so absolutely. This transformation, sometimes it's hard. I'll give it to you guys. Sometimes it's crazy hard. It's difficult. You're like, I don't want to go through this ish no more. I mean, you want to give up. You're like, why? You know, you rather go back to the past than deal with what's coming in the future. That's why I want to look into this do not fear the unknown here as well, because for the collective, I feel like this is happening, you know. But no, reality checks in. So my story, as I continue to, I want to go ahead and I want to clarify. Do not fear the unknown. We're also going to clarify This is the one. You've met the romantic partner you seek. This is a partner from the past here. So I'm gonna give you guys some clarity on what you may experience here. Somebody coming back from the past, someone that you already know, having this heart-to-heart conversation with them, needing to have to clear the air, in essence, maybe bring forth closure, and then having this energy here of deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. So we're going to go a little deeper into that. But I did want to bring to your just give you a quick story, just a epiphany that I had this last week where, okay, so I had my birthday, right, guys? Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. And many of the people that I know, love, you know, they run around. My mother didn't even call me until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, dang, did you forget about me? You know, now we celebrated like on Sunday, we went to brunch, we did different things like that. But my birthday was like on a Tuesday, right? So all of that to say, you know, I got to this point where I was like, you know what? Like, I think one of my friends canceled on me. It was like that kind of day, right? And it was a day really of solidarity, like just kind of being by myself, not knowing that I'm not alone, but just being on my own and taking that time to reflect. And I tend to do that all birthdays. And actually every new year, I tend to take that time to reflect on the year, the people that I've dealt with, what I've learned, what are my next steps, start planning for the new year, all of this stuff, right? So all of that to say, because no one was literally around and people were canceling last minute and things of that nature, I started to create this narrative that maybe they're throwing me a birthday party. Maybe this is why my daughter had to work a double shift today. Maybe this is why my mother hasn't called me yet, because she's working so diligently and so hard to put forth this party, and my girlfriends can't make it, and this, that, and the other, right? So I'm telling you, and then I checked myself like literally in the moment. It didn't take time. I checked myself literally in that moment and was like, bitch, what's wrong with you? Like, accept things for how they are. You know, this is about acceptance, right? So then it took it to the next step, the next level. Okay, are you trying to avoid a current disappointment? Maybe. Are you trying to avoid a current feeling that you may be having and postponing this feeling to a later time, to a later date? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like you're really trying to not deal with the here and now, accepting of what's happening now. You say I took myself out to the spa. Usually I do things like that too, but I didn't plan anything. I'm so like, I usually am a planner. I have about 4 or 5 events going on every birthday. Like, I'm like, everybody who want to go to the spa, we're going to make an appointment. Everybody, let's do this. Oh, we're going to go to the hotel. Let's do. I mean, I'm telling you, I have about 4 or 5 events. I'm like, y'all ain't got to go to all of them, but I'm going to all of them. You know, I literally do that. I'm picking out my birthday dress, outfit, you know, months before. I'm already ordering it to where that day comes, I'm straight, right? I didn't do any of that this year. I didn't want to. I didn't feel the need to. I don't know. I just wasn't into it. So it's like, I wasn't into it. Nobody else is really into it. Like, I just felt like it was a time for me. And usually I would do something like that, like take myself to the spa. I might go shopping. I mean, I did do little stuff, but literally I still didn't even do that the day of. Like, I did that on a Monday. Like, I took a few days off work. I did it all around my birthday, but I still didn't do it on my birthday. On my birthday, I was literally pretty much by myself. I could have stayed in the house all day, but I went to the movies and I went out, you know, got something to eat. And it was just little stuff like that, but it wasn't anything special at all from my perspective. Let me put it that way. Yes, I got a lot of me time. And I think it was necessary. So all of that to say, it's really your perception, right? So all of that to say, during the process, what I realized and what I then continued to realize throughout the week was sometimes you're not accepting people, situations for who they are, what they are in that moment. So you may be waiting for somebody to become someone else. You may be waiting for yourself to become someone else. You may be waiting for yourself to get out of a situation. You may be waiting for somebody else to get out of their situation. And you're constantly looking to the future to where you don't accept the now. So then you're disappointed. So that's where the disappointment comes in, because then when things don't pan out the way you hoped, you dreamed, you narrated, the story you concocted, the illusion you created, you know, all of that, the what ifs that's all around you, when those don't happen according to your timeline, the way you want, the outcome you're looking for, then this is another level of disappointment. Whereas if you would have just recognized it, accepted the here and now for what it was, then it wouldn't have even been that hard to deal with. It wouldn't have been a pain on top of pain on top of pain. You could have dealt with it at an earlier phase, which would have then kind of, dealt with whatever you were going through. Just FYI. So I wanted to say that because that has been like the energy all week of this level of acceptance and not fearing the unknown, because that was something else that I was feeling deeply all week, which I thought it was interesting that it came out in this reading. It's like, what's next? And again, this level of not planning for your next moves, but allowing spirit to bring to you what is next, what is for my highest good, and praying for that. What is it that I need for my highest good? What is it that I need to do for my highest good? So from the divine feminine perspective, what is it that you're fearing? What is it that you're not quite sure about, that you rather go backwards to something that you know about, that, you know what I mean? So what is it that you may feel more comfortable going back to this past? So let's go ahead and dig deeper into this do not fear the unknown. Let's go ahead. Let's see what the divine feminine may be fearing about the unknown. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so we have the Thinking Man. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this deck, but this is the Energy Oracle deck. In this deck, it has the Thinking Woman and the Thinking Man. Now, we're talking about the divine feminine reading. The Thinking Man is what we're fearing, right? So let's take it a little deeper. This may pertain to lack of victory with someone new, someone smart. There's a level of fearing this. Okay, so what's also coming out here, releasing old hostilities, attachments to, we have attachment here, which speaks to the mask, releasing the mask. This is speaking to attachment to false perceptions, people, things. This, and as it pertains to, I just heard, okay, do not fear the unknown. All that glitters is not gold. That's in another deck that I have, the Wisdom Oracle deck. Do not, it's speaking to all that glitters is not gold. It's almost like fantasizing or creating this fantasy prince, creating this fantasy like, okay, if they were with me, it would be better. Or once they leave their situation, it will be better. It's always staying in it will be mode. It's not accepting the current. This is speaking to that it will be mode. And being attached to that. So it's almost like you fear detaching from what is comfortable for you. This is fearing releasing these attachments of the illusion that you've bought into. I just spoke to people, making you buy into something they believe. You're buying into your own illusions as well. And then we have hostilities here in reverse. Hostilities, okay, I just heard coming out of drama. It's almost like if you release the drama, then what? If you release this relationship that's full of drama, if you release this relationship that's full of turmoil, if you release this, will you be comfortable? You don't know anything else because you've been in it for so long. It's almost like peace is not what you are familiar with, or peace is not something you're fully comfortable with. You may say you want peace. You may say you don't want drama, but yet you may continue going back into situations that you know is going to bring drama. Okay. Let's see. Let's take it an extra step further. Anything else we need to know here? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Again, releasing. I think this is beautiful because it looks to me like some of you will be releasing some old patterns, some effed up relationships. But there's anxiety around that. Wow. I was trying to see what this card was behind it. Like it was stuck kind of, and I was like, what is this behind it? And anxiety is sitting right there. Look at this. Again, this fear of the unknown is coming out of, again, being, coming out in a way of bringing forth uncomfortableness, a level of uncomfortability. I'm making up words now, but, as a result of you releasing some relationships that may not have been for your best or highest good. This is something you were stuck in. It came in reverse, that you're being released from. You're being released from situations that are somewhat that are not caring. Let me pull another message because I want to see in this situation, what is it that you're releasing? What is it that divine feminines are releasing? Because these are relationships that you've been in, stuck in. This is so beautiful. I almost want to cry right now. This is so beautiful. Releasing those relationships that you've been stuck in. How many of y'all have been stuck in some ish and been wanting to get out? You know what I'm saying? How many of you have been stuck in some ish and you've been wanting to get out and you're like, I don't want to keep going through this cycle over and over and over and over and over and over. I just want to release it. I want to release it. A new emotional situation. Look how beautiful that is. Messages regarding relationships or social invitations. Great intuitive insight. So this is about, you know, this is Page of Cups, Page of Raphael. This is messages of gentle, loving, caring. Oh, and then we have Six of Raphael. So you may be receiving this message from an old friend, family. I'm also seeing a magician here, an old lover. You may be receiving a message here. Again, more about messages, because we were going to also clarify this conversation that you're going to have. This honestly discussing your feelings with others. So, there may be somebody from your childhood or relationships, friends. This is speaking to new friends or rekindling of relationships. This is speaking to the past here. Maybe childhood relationships, someone you may have a child with, things of that nature. Some of you, I just heard, I hope it's not who I had a child with, but you know. But again, this releasing of that. So new emotional situations coming in, detaching from this old narrative, this old drama, and moving to something new. I love this. You can manifest. You also receive the magician here. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. I love it. Successful beginnings. New beginnings. So let me go to the next. Let me just clarify this next message here. That's beautiful. So we are releasing. I love this. Divine feminines. Ho! Give me a hand clap, praise. Anybody over there dancing with me? I'm just saying. I just feel like dancing right now. This is beautiful. Okay, let's go to the next step. So Spirit says, you know, another message that I want to clarify here today is this could be the one. Keep an open mind. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So just FYI, this whole message is really bringing up someone here from the past that looks like they want to come back. I feel like there was a level of deception here. I've seen a lot of deception, illusions centered around this relationship. Someone wearing a false mask. Like I said, this came up. I did want to look into that. I'm going to go into this now. They're saying go here now. Let's look into this deception now. Someone is wearing a false mask in a relationship. What is it that someone is hiding? Please clarify, please. Okay. Kentucky. Financial constraints. This is something that has to do with other people. Someone is wearing a false mask, and I feel like other people are impacting this relationship. Oh, there's another card back here. Again, something else stuck. Let's see. Yeah, so someone feels like they're not going to be victorious. Like this deception here, this is all out of fear. Someone not feeling financially stable and afraid of what other people think. Someone has been stuck, or some of you have been stuck in relationships with people who are not too confident about their financial situation, and someone who's too concerned about other people and the perception. It's like how they're seen. It's not the reality of who they are. It's about how other people see them, how other people see them in relationship to you, how other people see them in relationships. It's more about them putting on air, not being real, not being themselves. And honestly, I feel like whoever this is that I'm really tapping into right now, this is them feeling like they can't even show who they really are for fear of judgment, lack of acceptance, judgment. Okay, so the deception here is not, and this is what I was feeling, this is not really somebody who wants to deceive. This is someone who doesn't accept themselves, truthfully, if you want to take it deeper. This is someone who doesn't trust, believe in, feel good about themselves, and therefore what they're showing you is really not who they are. This is someone who feels like this is who I need to be, and therefore I'm going to act accordingly. Does this make sense to anybody? I'm tapping into somebody's man. I'm just saying. But I feel like this is masculine energy, for real, you know? I really feel like that's a lot of this masculine energy. This is what a man is supposed to be. This is what a man is supposed to. This is that masculine. This is the way I'm supposed to take care of and my woman like this. And I'm supposed to pay all the bills. And I'm supposed to, but I really can't, you know, pay all the bills. I really may not be able to do all of this the way, you know what I'm saying? I just had a conversation not too long ago. Okay, good. I just had a conversation not so long ago with even my brother where I was like, yeah, I think you're confident as long as your woman may be to some degree take careable, you know, if that makes sense. So if she then rises above, makes a hell of a lot more money, makes 3 times as much as you do, you know, all of that, then it changes the dynamic. And now your so-called manhood is now being challenged. I had the same situation, another conversation with someone else about the same thing. So you're confident because you may make more, or because you're in this position to feel like you're more than or whatever, or you feel like you're checking off all the boxes of so-called manhood. But then as soon as the tables, the roles, whatever, something changes, now your role is not clearly defined anymore. And now you don't know who you are. So you're being what other people expect you to be, because society has this, you know. But again, if you want to be who you are, you really feel like you can't fully be who you are because other people may judge you. Again, it's this fear factor. This is this lack of confidence factors. All these things that are so deep, you don't even realize why you want a woman that makes less than you. You don't realize why you may be going towards that homely looking somebody because you're afraid of a beautiful, powerful woman. You don't know why you cheated on her with someone who was, I'm just saying, don't, and you know, I don't believe in the whole cheating aspect, because the point is you slept with her while you were dealing with her because you wanted to feel better about yourself, because you don't understand why you feel. Don't make me preach here today, because I feel like it's coming on right now. I feel like it's coming on. I got a message here today. Don't get me to dancing. So anyway, so that's the deception. Let's now clarify. This could be the one. Okay. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Let's see what's going on here. Let's clarify this. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. You've already met the romantic partner. Okay. Wow. Guys, come on now. The thinking man came out again, but this time in reverse. Do I have the book with me? Let me see if I need to pull this book out. I'll pull this book out. I'm going to tell you what it means in reverse, and I'm going to tell you what it means upright. So you just saw me reshuffle, right? It came out again. This could be the romantic partner you seek. Now, like I said, the fear is of someone that is maybe on your level, someone who may be ready for you. The fear is being with someone who is at peace and maybe confident with themselves. This is upright, a man of wisdom and understanding. Okay, this speaks to, this speaks to the presence of a teacher in your life. Okay. This is about somebody arriving soon in your life. Okay, this person may be there to educate you on the finer details of your direction that you want to go into. Okay, this may be spiritual, mental. So this is what you're looking for. This is what's coming in. This is what you're fearing, because this makes you level up. This is talking to you about paying attention, for this could lead to great strides in your personal or professional growth. You're afraid of somebody. See, this is about, have you guys heard about the chaser and the, you know, how there's certain people that is the chaser and certain people that are runners? Like, this is like what you're running from. Like, you're running from this educator, somebody who's going to teach you something. This is like that soulmate that is a lesson that you're not quite sure you're ready to learn yet. You know, this is about that person that's coming into your life that's going to make you learn something about yourself, level up to places, make you feel uncomfortable even. And you may be avoiding this person. This also could be a man in your life that's a love interest coming your way, or perhaps just a new male friend. But be on the lookout for this guide in the physical world and be open to his information. Learn what you can. A new discipline, technique, course of study, or healing practice could change your life forever. This is somebody coming into the divine feminine's life that can change your life. I love this. Okay, so this is what's coming in. This is what you're fearing. Let me show you what you've been dealing with, though. In reverse, who is this? In reverse, this could represent a man in authority who is not acting in your best interest. Damn. Okay. But this also could be other people in your life. This card is in this position usually indicates that such a learning and growth are actually a part of your own path. So it was meant for you to go through this manipulation, this deception. So never feel bad about your journey, right? You may be, okay, so this is speaking to, it's time to break through and move in a new direction now. Remember what you have learned during your growth. You've been able to share with others and share it with others, often adding your own compassion and profound personal wisdom. So whatever you went through here, this is allowing you to help other people. Like, I know I go through it too. I try to help y'all. I'm sure y'all have your own circles where y'all help others. Oh, can you guys also thumbs up while you're here, if you don't mind? Yes, so it's like you're coming out of this learning phase and jumping into a new one. This is coming out of one phase, moving into another one. Raising my standards for sure, no doubt. This is what we have to do, right? So when it comes to you moving into this new direction, this could be the one. In some cases, it may be the previous partner you have that has grown, or this may be somebody brand new coming in. And are you ready? Are you ready? Better get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. All right. So let's look into this heart-to-heart conversations that's needing to be had. This is coming through. Okay. So obviously with this thinking man or this person you're growing away from, this it's a heart-to-heart conversation that needs to be had. Let's find out what this heart-to-heart conversation is about. Where's the wisdom oracle? They're telling me to go to wisdom oracle. Oh, do I have that in here? Did I? Oh, it is right here. Okay. The wisdom oracle deck, they're telling me to switch over. So there's an honest conversation that needs to be had here. Let's see what this is about. Okay. Okay, so being in between worlds. This is in reverse. This is coming out of that. So some of you, again, like I said, we're moving into a new phase. I wish I had my book. I don't have my book here, but between worlds speaks to you being stuck in between the past and moving forward. This is you coming out of that. It's in reverse. You're now moving forward. Okay, so there's a heart-to-heart conversations that's needing to be had about moving forward in a relationship, coming out of the past, coming out of the heartache, coming out of the pain, coming out of the shame, coming out of the guilt, coming out of what kept you held back, because I saw a lot of stuck energy here, right? Coming out of the hostilities, coming out of all of that, moving forward. So you've been in this between phase for a minute. Been there, done that, got a t-shirt in it. FYI, I'm just letting you know. You've been in this between phase where you're not quite sure if you want to go backwards and you're not quite sure if you want to go forward. And it's not because you don't necessarily want to go forward. It's just that you're still stuck in the past. You're still stuck in the pain. You may be still stuck, or maybe you haven't released all of your emotions. Maybe you haven't cried. On Instagram, I put up a post on my story that speaks to tears and how it helps you release stress, how it helps you to do that. So if you're still holding on to it, I don't know if some of you have had headaches in the past where you know you want to do something new, something's holding you back, you want to do something different, but you're having a headache. It's almost like an internal tug of war, because you're still holding on to the past and you're just having a hard time moving into the future. With this moon in Cancer that we're dealing with coming July 9th, this is going to help us to move forward, come out of this in between, because many of us have been in a place where you're having to make a decision. Do I want to go back to the past, the same person, the same way of doing things, all of that, or do I want something brand new? Do I want to go to the future? Do I want to grow through this and accept the past as what it is, accept the people in my life as who they are, not who I want them to be, and then therefore you then move on, okay? To be fair. Okay, so again, this came in reverse as well. To be fair speaks to that level of equality, justice, getting that justice. Again, coming out of this injustice, okay? I feel like many of us are moving out of this place of feeling like this level of injustice. I want to clarify that injustice a little bit. What is this injustice for many of you? for my divine feminines, this injustice that you're moving away from. What is this injustice that the divine feminine is moving away from? I just heard the injustice divine feminines have been in forever. Like, not forever, but for a very long time, for 400,000 of years, this injustice of the divine feminine being less than the divine feminine, all of that injustice, the unfairness that has been, you know, you're just a woman, or you're too emotional, or you're too passionate, or, you know, you're only good to be barefoot and pregnant, or, you know, all of this that you've had to deal with over way too long, you know, is coming out of that as well. Again, kind of stepping into your power there, which I love. So the conversations about this as well, because I feel like many of you have been walking in this same mentality. Like, you know, for many of us, we're still holding on to this 50s woman mentality, right? I want to be the one who can cook, clean, work, I want to do all I want to do, but then still take care of my husband, still take care of my kids, still. So it's like you've taken on a whole nother level of responsibility in addition to your household, this, that, and other, so you can feel validated, so you can feel comfortable, so you don't have to count on somebody else's money, so you can have, so because somebody's controlling you or trying to control you because they pay the mortgage and they pay the, right? So we've been holding on to this still, I got to be married, or I got to be coupled like this. It has to look like this. And none of that shit's real. Coming out of that fantasy. You're not Cinderella. You're not Snow White waiting for somebody to come kiss you on the cheek so you can realize you're in love. You have control over all these things yourself. Like, this is like that power that has been taken from you. You have the capability to move forward and step into it, walk in it aggressively. Like, you know what I mean? Beautifully. Okay. Come away from any type of manipulation, walking in your strength, right? And then it's so interesting because we have contracts that are coming up here too. So there has been a lack of fairness when it comes to contracts, marriage, exactly what I was talking about. Comes to these contracts that you've had. I'm also saying some of you, it may, you know, be about your worth as far as pay for your jobs, all of that. So again, this is like a lack of unfairness. This is unfairness. A lack of sensitivity, you know, fairness. Oh, men get paid more than women kind of thing. You know, all of that coming out of that and moving into with strength, knowing, recognizing your past, taking that on, understanding that, but not being held back for it, you know. Yeah, walking in your strength. So yeah, so there are conversations that need to be had about what you really want. Because some of you act like you want the marriage and what it looks like, this, that, and the other. And then when you get it, you're like, this is it. But really, you want your own life. You want your own money. You have your own purpose. You have your own desires. You have your own path. And many of your paths are deterred by somebody else's path. So if your path, you're going this way, somebody else is going that way, then you try to go this way to match them because you want to be with them. But there's a path of your own. Everybody has their own individual path. But people tell you, or certain settings, religious, home, your upbringing, whatever, may tell you that, oh, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go down this path with your mate. No, but you have your own path. So sometimes your path is not going to equal up with their path, and either you can stay together and live apart. You can be in California while he's in New York. You can figure it out however you want, but it's not practical per se. But no, but you want this picket fence looking, you know, house. You want this picket fence, you know, family and 2 kids, a boy and a girl, and a house in the suburbs and all of that, and you want to live together. So it's like anything outside of this box that has been created of so-called the happy home and life, you feel like you're less than because you don't have it, don't want it, right? So you want to look outside of that. I feel like many of you wanting to do something more, do something different, and you don't want to be held back by the standards that society has placed on you, right? Don't get me started, y'all. I saw a message. Everybody has their own journey. Absolutely. You came in this world by yourself and you're going to leave by yourself. Amen. High five, Empress. Okay. So true. So true. So, you know, this perception of you don't have a life unless you have somebody else is some BS. You know, it's some BS. I don't get down like that. I got that light and I didn't get it. My man made me the children. Yeah, got 2 boys and 2 girls. The rest of the day on my own with my own guys and my Father in heaven. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's for everybody to do their own thing. I love children. I remember when don't tell nobody, y'all. I remember somebody in my family when I got married, one of the times that I got married said, you really don't have to, I know you want to have a baby, but you really don't have to, you don't have to go down this road. You don't have to do that. But again, you have these understandings and you have this perception of life from other people that tell you this is what you're supposed to do. And I bought into it for a long time. It's life. Absolutely. Let's see what some of the advice is coming out for my divine feminines for this upcoming time here. Sing your own song. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is, the canary. Sing your own song. Okay? This is not about doing what the Joneses are doing. That's where they got that from, right? Everybody's trying to live up to the Joneses, trying to live that life. Sing your own song. What's best for you? What's best for your path? Sing your own song, the canary spirit. What other advice do we have for the divine feminine as they're moving into this new energy? I think this is beautiful. Did you guys love this reading? I think it's effing beautiful. I'm just saying. Love is all around you regardless. I love that. Love is all around you regardless. Singing your own song. And then we have reclaiming your power. Beautiful. Let's see what other advice we have. I'm going to check. Ooh, look at that. Freedom is yours. See, many people don't realize that what you're wanting in life is not freedom. I need y'all to understand this. We have to break the cycle. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think you need to understand that many of you who are wanting a ring on it, that's not freedom. That's somebody telling you what you're supposed to wear, you being meek and mild in order to accommodate the people around you, this perception. If you haven't been there, like I said, I've done it twice, got a t-shirt in. I might do it again, but again, it's going to be on my own terms. It's not going to be the typical. It's not going to be by the book by any means. It's not what I want. I want something of freedom. People can't hold me back. Like, and in relationships, people like to hold, especially females, back. It's not women really trying to hold men back. It's men trying to hold women back from being free, from wearing what they want, from eating what they want. Oh, you look too this, or you don't look enough that, or you don't do this enough for me, or you don't cook enough, or well, the reason why I went over there is because you didn't do so-and-so. You see what I'm saying? Like, and putting it all on you, and it's not on you. It's not your responsibility. Release that baggage. I'm just saying, I just came to your channel. I like your energy. Thank you. Those who's supposed to be here, come here. Know that, I mean, but that's real. But it's real. I mean, you don't have to feel less than because you don't have this. And, this has been sticking out the whole reading right at the end. A lot of this has to do with marriage and the perception of marriage and what that entails. Use your mind wisely. Like, it's so interesting because we keep trying to build on somebody else's perception, somebody else's thought pattern, somebody else's ... Okay, guys, I have a new deck and I have to pull for y'all. I have the Women's Soul deck, which I'm so loving. Good morning, good morning, Ray. I have to pull this for y'all before I get out of here. This new deck that I have here, I'm not promoting it, but it's a Women's Soul deck, which I was so excited when I saw it, and I read some of the messages, and it has affirmations on it as well. So I also have the Soulmate Messages, so I'm gonna pull that as well. Let me open this too. I'm gonna pull that also for you, but I just want to give you guys some advice as you're moving forward. So love this power of your voice. This actually came over on Instagram when I went live and I was answering questions and things of that nature this morning. I speak my truth and express my feelings to others with care and compassion. This is actually an affirmation. This is the power of my voice. I speak my truth and express my feelings to others with care and compassion. This, as you notice, is more about the blue chakra energy here, as it's being highlighted here a bit. This is that blue chakra energy. This is your throat chakra, recognizing the power of your voice. Speaking up, speaking out is important. I don't know, have you guys ever dealt with someone or been in the vicinity or not in the vicinity or felt like somebody was talking about you? They may not be around you. You might be like, oh, I think my cousin said something. Like, you may feel their energy. When people speak out, you feel their energy. You may not understand their thoughts too much, but when people speak out, you will feel it. You will hear it. Oh, I saw what you said, Empress. Yes, you learned. Yeah, absolutely. So if you felt that before, your voice is important. Your voice changes things. Your voice changes the vibration of the world. So if you have that, if you know how powerful your voice is, you wouldn't feel the need to be so meek and mild and quiet, which is what they've taught you to do in order to shut you up so you don't overpower them, because you are more powerful, because you are more discerning, because you have this unknowing, you have this level of knowing that they don't have, and that they fake act like they got when they really ain't got it, but you got it, and they're trying to shut you up. I'm just saying. I'm going to just put it out there like that. I'm going to just let y'all know. I'm just saying. Okay? Don't get me started, y'all. All right. So, yes. Your voice is powerful, divine feminines. Power of my voice. Let's see if there are any other affirmations or messages. Oh, this is beautiful. I haven't seen this one yet. Princess Charming, not Prince Charming. This is Princess Charming. Look at how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? The affirmation associated with Princess Charming. We got this. Oh, we actually have this, and we also have Shining Bright. So I'm going to give you both of these affirmations, and you can repeat after me. I take the horse by the reins. This reminds me of not being the hunted, but being the hunter. This is in one of my other decks. It speaks to you going out getting what you want, not waiting for somebody to come grab you, look for you. No, you have your own level of expectations and wants and desires. You have your own list that you want to check off. You don't need nobody to, and it's determine whether or not they want you or not. So you putting yourself, you giving the power over to them. No, you determine who you want. Who do you want in your life? Don't have, just because somebody came in you and then said, oh yeah, I want to give you a chance. Oh, I got to hop at it because this is somebody who wants me. No. How about, do you want them? And are you settling for them because nobody else really came at you? And so you're just like, well, I'm going to just take it because they just want to be with me. I mean, don't get me started, y'all. I know y'all got friends like that. No, it's not y'all. But I know y'all got friends like that where it's like, oh, but oh my God, he really likes me. So this is Princess Charming. You're not waiting for Prince Charming. You're Princess Charming. You have decisions. You got, you can choose what you want. Anyway, I take the horse by the reins and become my own Princess Charming, taking care of my own needs. You feel me, ladies? You feel me, divine feminines? You know what I'm saying? Taking care of my own needs. Then we also have, so I'm going to repeat that one more time so you can say it for yourself. I take the horse by the reins and become my own Princess Charming, taking care of my own needs. Again, that's getting rid of that 50s mentality of I need somebody to, and then therefore I will, like this is some type of reciprocation, cook, clean, have your children while you go to work. And then they act like because they're bringing home the bacon, they're the shit, end all to be all. And what you want doesn't matter. It's the ending of that era. The era ended a long time ago. But people still holding on to that and still wanting to be married like that. And still wanting, I bought into it too. I'm just saying. Shining bright. I shine my light and allow my creative power to burn bright. I love this. Let's say it again. I shine my light and allow my creative power to burn bright. I shine my light and allow my creative energy to burn bright. This is about, I'm hearing dimming your light, dimming your light. This is for some of you who feel the need to be less than, to stay in your shell, to not overpower someone else, overpower your man, overpower others, because you feel like you're supposed to be seen and not heard. Again, another 50s way of thinking bullshit. I'm just saying, you're supposed to be seen and not heard. This is for some of you who are dimming your light, to not overpower or make somebody else feel less than. They felt less than before you. They're not confident, not because of you, but because they are just not confident. So if they're not confident in who they are, who are you to dim your light, to make yourself smaller, to feel less confident than them, so they can then feel better about themselves? It's too many times where you shrink into this box in order to be accommodating for someone else so they can feel better about themselves, so they don't then treat you like ish. You see what I'm saying? Oh, because I don't want to overpower them. Oh, I don't want to overtalk them. Oh, I don't want to be too powerful. I don't want to be too voice. I don't want to speak my voice. I don't want to be too powerful, because if I'm too powerful, they'll run off. I don't want to be intimidating. I've heard that all my life, ever since I was 8. You're intimidating. You're hard to approach. I didn't say nothing out my mouth. I'm just looking the way I am. But because I have this aura about me of respect and vibrancy and fervency and vigor and whatever. And no matter what, I'm not going to let you take that from me because I have this about me. Either you want to dim my lights, or I have to choose to dim my light to be with you, be seen and not heard. I'm just saying, y'all. Y'all making me preach here this morning. I am to be seen and not heard. Yeah, that's the BS. I'm telling you. I just heard. Oh, congratulations. And I have discernment. I have wisdom. I'm very picky. Good. I love that. When I give you a chance because I want to give you a chance. That's the Libra moon. Right. But see, and that's the funny part because people have the nerve to be arrogant enough to believe that they had control over all of it. Like the level of arrogancy is like mind-boggling to me. Like, no, I chose to do this. Like, you really didn't, like, you know, I played a part in this, right? Like, or when I'm quiet, like what pisses me off and what gets me, and which is what I love about, you know, life here on earth, apparently, because I feel like this is a part of the lesson that I'm teaching others and I'm learning myself. What is so interesting is when you have this about, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, because I saw a message and I just want to make sure. Hold up. When you choose, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Anyway. Right. The issue there is not yours. Exactly. I love that. I don't give my life for no one. You can't handle the bright. Then you got to go. I love it. Why they always leave, but I'm okay. Exactly. Because that means if you can't handle my energy, that's your problem. That's not my problem. And I remember saying in my early marriages, like, oh, I want them to be a man. I'm going to help them be a man. I remember marriage number 2. I was like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to let them be a man. I was still there. I'm telling you, by the time I got to the next relationship after that, and a man had the nerve to tell me, well, you got to let a man be a man. Ooh, my eyes opened up wide. It was like, my eyes opened up wide. I was like, if it takes me to make you be a man, you ain't a man in the first place. Oh, I went in. He was like, I'm sorry. I already see where this is going. I mean, he was apologizing before I even got it out my mouth. I was like, if it takes me to do da-da-da-da for you to be a man, then you ain't a man in the first place. That's not my problem. You should have been a man before you came in. Oh, I went in. And I felt good. I mean, I didn't apologize. I mean, it was so real. Because how dare you put that on me? How dare you put your manhood on me? It requires me to sit back and chill while you do whatever you feel like you need to do to become a man, make more money, whatever. You know what I mean? Nah. That's not my responsibility. How dare you even try to put it on me? I have Mercury in Aquarius. I love to talk to people who think I am intimidating, but you know, right. I mean, and like I said, I think that's where I was trying to go. That's what I got for so long as a child. I'm intimidating as a child. So if, again, I used to always say, if you don't have the balls to approach me, then you don't need to come over here. Like, you know, to me, because if you skirt, y'all hear me, right? Don't be scared. If you scared, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be scared throughout this relationship. You scared. You're scary. That's why, you know, that's what they say in the South. You scary. You know, you scared of everything. I don't need nobody by my side that's scared and who wants to belittle me or, you know, lower my light or not have me look as beautiful or dress the way I want to dress and all these because of your insecurities. Change who I am to so you can feel better about yourself because you're afraid that I'm going to be taking this, that, and the other because apparently I don't have a mind of my own. And somebody coming to me is the reason why I'm going to leave you. It's not because I didn't think, I mean, I don't have to dress in a short skirt or I don't have to, and don't get it twisted. I love my short skirts. I love my minis, honey. But the point is, if you feel insecure because I'm wearing this short skirt or this short dress or I look bad as shit or whatever, I mean, if you're feeling insecure because of that, that's not my problem. And if you're feeling insecure, this other man that came into my life didn't make you insecure. Me having on this dress didn't make you insecure. You were insecure already. That had nothing to do with me. And so you're acting like, oh, well, if you wear this, then this man is going to approach you. No, they're not. Not because I wore that. It's because I am who I am, darling. And if I choose to go his way, it had nothing to do with you either. That was my choice. It's almost like you feeling like I didn't have a choice in the matter. If I chose to go that way, that's because that was a part of my path, and that's what I chose to do. You're not going to be mad because, oh, well, if you didn't wear that skirt, then he would have never came in you, and then you wouldn't be interested. You sound stupid. I mean, but that's the dynamic of it all. I mean, I've been, I have too many beautiful girlfriends around me whose men are, but then if they dress in a moo dress gown, trying to dress like they, man, then they go after the, you know what I'm saying? And they leave them like, well, you're not attractive anymore. You're not this. I mean, don't get me started. It's like you can never satisfy anyone else. And if you're trying to satisfy anyone else, it's a moving target. They're never going to be satisfied. So do you. Do you in all your power, glory, beauty, and all. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're trying to please somebody else, don't do it. Only do what you want to do. Am I saying the wrong thing? This is not the womanly thing to say. Oh my God. Oh no. I'm just saying. You can't raise a man. Amen. But let me tell you though, don't get me started. In one of my marriages, the mother said, oh, it's time for you to finish raising him now. What? Man, if you don't get out of here. If you don't get out of here, I can't. You feel me? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I love it, y'all. Okay, let's see what the soulmate message is. Let's see what the soulmate advice is for you today. All right, we have, you are an angel of light. Before you, I surrender. Hold on. Before you, I surrender past and future. All that matters is this moment. My heart is transformed every time you are near. How beautiful is that? I love that. We also have here, the love that emanates from my beloved heart is light that stems from the mind of God, Goddess. Through each other, we become one. I give thanks for the endless blessings that is you. The last soulmate message you may need to hear is for some of you who have your soulmates that are out there that you're waiting for, going into, in relationship with. Do not fear the current changes. All is happening in accordance with your divine plan. The current events are paving the way to a brighter future. Love illuminates all darkness. Remain positive and light. I love it. My phone's about to die, y'all, so I gotta get out of here. I love y'all. Thank you so much for coming out. Make sure you thumbs up before you roll out. Leave your comments below. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Also, check me out over on Instagram. I'll see y'all there too. I love y'all. See y'all later. Bye.